Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aaron Gray, and today we're going to touch bases on copyrights. We're going to talk about things that are in the public domain and things that are not, unfortunately. And we're just going to touch bases and explain the reason into why they do certain things as far as like exclusive rights. And let's start with that. The reason why they do the limited rights to the author, not the owner, but to the author, is to promote the progress of science and useful arts. So, in other words, if you own something forever, then that means that society won't be able to benefit from it, meaning that people won't be able to build upon your invention or your creation. And one thing about our government is they want to promote art and science. So that's why they have it so that after 70 years after the author dies, not the owner, but the author, 70 years after the author dies, then it goes into the public domain and it's free game for anybody. So, speaking of the public domain, let's get into some things that are in the public domain. So, some things that are in the public domain is something like The Great Gatsby, which is a great book, and Pride and Prejudice, which is another great book. And with these things being in the public domain, you see them used in schools, and they use this to help teach grammar and literature, which is great things, which helps build upon our youth. So it's a great thing that we have things in the public domain, and it also could be a bad thing depending on what it is, because certain things people like to hold exclusive to a certain business or a certain aspect of something because it helps make that thing great. So it could be a positive and a negative, but usually we look at it more on the positive side because other people can go in and they can change it, they can add on it, they can build upon it and do all these great things to it. Now let's talk about some things that are still protected. Now, something that's still protected, thank God, is Michael Jackson's Thriller, which is a great album, and thank God that it's protected because anybody can go in there and they can try to redo his songs and change it up and do all this stuff, and that's one of the things that you just don't want people to touch. So good thing that that is still protected, and hopefully by the time it's not protected, we don't have so many people just sampling it and just taking from it and really destroying something that could be great. Now, it'd be a great thing with it being in the public domain because people can actually break down his work and maybe somebody may be able to make it better. But I'm a little nervous about that. Another album that is still protected, or another piece of work that is still protected, is Nas Illmatic. That's another thing that we are very proud that is still protected because that is another great album. It's classic in hip hop, and that's something that we really don't want anybody to destroy or mess up. But if it was to go in public domain, people can literally just go in there and they can analyze and actually figure out where he was coming from, and people can really break it down, and it may be a great thing. So for the interest of author and society, I think when it comes to the works that I discussed, as far as still being protected, I think it's more in the benefit of the author. But if it was to go in the public domain, I feel society will benefit from it, but not as much. But overall, my name is Aaron Gray. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.